Tiger Tank 12, however you call me, I don't really care. Welcome back to World of Tanks, where today I'm playing the Leopard 1 in a ranked match. Now, if you have been following my channel for a bit longer, you might know that my go-to vehicle for ranked is always the Leopard 1. That is because it combines all the things that I deem the most important when I play ranked. And that is mobility, great firepower, very good view range, and decent camouflage. I don't really care too much about the armor because people will be slinging gold shells in this match and in ranked general. So I kind of just forgo armor most of the time, and I much rather have the mobility because it is really important that even at the end of the game you can still get some damage out of the game to be able to maybe secure yourself a spot where you can get a chevron, or where you can see that you do not lose a chevron when you're losing the game. Winning and losing in ranked is extremely important. You have to always look that you win the match, because only if you win the match there's the chance that you do not lose any chevrons and you gain chevrons. When you're losing, the very first place can get chevrons, but like one chevron, and the other ones just kind of either hold their chevrons or the majority of the players lose the chevrons. So losing is not a very good way in ranked, but that's how it works. This is how the system has been implemented by Wargaming. It's not my favorite kind of system, and I don't really like ranked too much. I think ranked has quite a few issues, and you can see that the majority of player base is usually only playing like one or two tanks. The Kranwagen usually is the main suspect. Then we have the VZ55, which is also a very well-liked choice nowadays because it has such burst potential. And then you have some light, fast, medium tanks, such as the Leopard 1. The Leopard 1 just really combines all of the things that I really enjoy, and it gives you a real great war machine that does massive amounts of damage if played right. And hopefully in this game I can show off what I can do, or what you can achieve in the Leopard 1. Now, the Leopard 1 does not survive very long when spotted. Players will shift their focus towards you because taking out tanks is going to be the most important part. So they will be focus firing you as soon as they see you, because this tank doesn't have any armor. It's very easy to take care of. What you can see down in the bottom of the screen is that I'm running basically almost all premium ammunition. Right there's the TVP. It's completely wasted, you know. Could have been a high explosive shell, which I'm loading right now. That could have done even more damage than the APCR shell. But, you know, the premium rounds, that's just how you kind of roll in ranked. You really do not look at the expenses. You just want to have the best games, because every single game has so much, you know, such a big importance to you succeeding and getting further in the ranks, and thus it's really not that important to you know, to kind of save credits. And thus I do use a lot of premium ammunition when I'm playing ranked, and I don't feel bad about it because I don't play a lot of tier 10. I do not spam gold shells when I play randoms, and basically in ranked everyone is just slinging gold shells around, except for tanks where it doesn't make any sense. What you can see right here is already we have lost two vehicles. I get a snapshot on the M48 Patton. We've lost two vehicles, the Kranwagen and the 121. The north is very much open. The Progetto kind of fell back, and now we're trying to guard the north. And what you can see right here is just the beauty, the accuracy of this tank, the damage. You know, this vehicle does 420 alpha damage with a 105mm gun, which is absolutely beautiful. There are shells that go up to 500 damage when you pen them, and the rate of fire is also not too bad. The mobility is king, and that's why you can hide your vehicle behind the double bush or just a bush, and you can just really deal so much damage. You can see right here, no one can really spot me with an E50M. We put two shells into him, but still we're 4 tanks down, and we have lost quite a bit of HP as well. But right here, we need to take out this E50M. Unfortunately, the Leopard 1 does not have decent gun depression on the back end of the vehicle, so I had to look through the transparent part of the bush. Somehow the E50M didn't spot me when I killed him, but that's fine by me. We have a Kranwagen moving in, and now it's all about keeping these guys from pushing our base. Unfortunately, this time around, we are not getting away from getting spotted. We get spotted. I'm trying to hide my vehicle just behind the rock, but I also want to do damage because I've been spotted prior. Your biggest nemesis when playing this vehicle is going to be the Kranwagen, because Kranwagens, they do massive amount of damage. You can see twice Kranwagen hit me for 450. They roll really, really high with those tanks, and it hurts when they hit you. So I get hit by 2 of them, I lose basically all my HP, and now I'm down to 294 HP. But we still have done 4,000 damage and about 1,180 spotted. So if this game would go down and we would lose, I'd probably be in an area where I could still kind of keep my chevrons, but I would maybe not gain a chevron. But when you're playing the Leopard 1, you really have to be extremely careful in your positioning, and you have to be really careful in the way you play. So I've been really passive, I've been really defensive, because I don't want these guys to be able to fall into our base. But since this is still the very early stage of ranked, where the player base isn't, you know, in a certain rank, I'm playing against vehicles and players that maybe are just playing ranked for, you know, the first 20 matches, and they don't really care too much about getting to a very specific spot in ranked. So it could be that some players here don't really know what they're doing, and you can see that right here. So we put one into the T125, we kept him spotted the entire time. Very easy damage, another tier 10 taken out of the match very, very quickly. And we're at almost 5,000 damage done and 2,000 damage assisted. So right now, for me, it's really important that we know where the Kranwagen is, and we know where the medium tanks are. We know that the M48 is sitting in the sand dunes at C5. We know that the TVP T50, or the TVP, is sitting somewhere close to the M48, or at least he was spotted last there. The IS-7 is in a very good position where he can basically keep an eye on them without those guys being able to push or shoot him unless he drives out of that position. And what we see right there is we spot the TVP. This TVP with only 8% of HP remaining is really ballsy, is really aggressive. He went into that little dip in front of our base, and I'm not really sure if that is a good idea for him, because our IS-7, he just smelled it. He smelled the TVP, and he's smelling blood. So he's going after him. That's going to be very important that he knocks him out. I do spot the Kranwagen. He moves up. We have a beautiful shot right there. I'm not really sure if I want to engage him, but because he cannot see us, because this tank has really, really decent camouflage values, and because I'm sitting behind like a little tree, he kind of loses 1,000 HP very, very quickly right there. And he's just blind firing this spot because he knows I'm sitting here, but he cannot see us. He cannot know that I'm sitting behind the block or the rock right there, and he just unloads an entire clip into that position. So right now, we've switched over to non-premium ammunition, because I've noticed that the tanks that we're going up against, these vehicles, I can probably pen with standard rounds. And if I have the premium shells, well, I can penetrate the Kranwagen's turret even with the premium shells, so it doesn't really matter. So what you can see right here is we managed to turn it around. We played the defensive, and the enemy team had no kind of communication. They had no real idea of how they wanted to play this one out, and the M48 died very, very stupidly out in the open. The TVP was pushed by the IS-7, and now we have 2 Kranwagens who by themselves are very, very dangerous tanks. They can still definitely finish us all off very easily. This one Kranwagen over there can finish off the IS-7 and me at the same time, because he has 4 rounds in his magazine. And look at that, 486 damage with a single round. That's pretty disgusting. But obviously, you know, when you're playing like this and this Kranwagen is just driving around in the middle, quite open, because our team is now also going into the offensive, yeah, you cannot really go out in the open. As soon as you're spotted, you're going to be dead, because everyone is just going to unload on you. And you have to imagine and keep in mind that these are players that know how to play tier 10 tanks. These are players who can read the game, who can adapt and improvise, and that's exactly what we did in our tank and with our team. And we managed to do quite a bit of damage and quite a bit of assistance damage. So in the end, the enemy team kind of played their cards wrong, and we were just able to absolutely go around and do quite a bit of damage to the vehicles that were trying to push the base. And it's just the beauty of this tank. This Leopard 1, or Leopard 1, is such an awesome tank in ranked. I love this vehicle so much. I have almost all the field modifications unlocked, and I'm probably going to be making a review on this tank, on why am I playing it and how am I playing it, because it's not easy. It's not easy playing the Leopard 1 in ranked and be successful with it, because you still have to be extremely wary where you're going. People will be spotting you, and they will be able to shoot at you very, very easily, since this tank does not have any armor at all. But at the same time, having that pinpoint accurate gun, having the rate of fire, having the DPM, having the alpha of 420 with a single shot, having APCR shells that fly at 1,680 meters per second. That is the shell velocity of the premium shell. You don't have to have any lead. You just click wherever the tank is, and the shell will just spawn from one point to the other. I know people hate premium ammunition, and I don't like premium ammunition either. But the thing is, in ranked, I don't care. I don't care about the premium in ranked, because I want to get to the point as quickly as I can. And basically, the team play in ranked has never been the main focus. It has always been your own performance, and that's kind of a shame, because I would have much rather seen team play be, set a lot more higher in terms of importance to ranked. But in the end, it's still about your own performance, and that means that people will be trying to get the best out of their vehicles, meaning they'll fire gold, they'll be running extremely expensive loadouts with premium bond equipment, all that kind of stuff. I'm not running any bond equipment, but I'm running certain things on this vehicle that I would probably never run in a random match. But this Leopard 1 is an absolute killer machine when you're playing it in ranked, and if you have it completely set up the way like I have. This tank is so fast, and it's just such a flexible vehicle. One of my favorites right now, definitely for ranked. I haven't really played any other tier 10 vehicles other than this one. I might change, a bit around. Change it a bit around. Currently, I'm in the 1st division or the 3rd division. I'm not entirely sure, and I'm on stage 4. I want to go to stage 10 and then get to the next division so that I can buy the concept 1B, and then I'll think about, either maybe getting it or, keep on playing the ranked mode or not, because I can't get the tier 10 Chinese tank destroyer. But that's not really important. I just want to get the concept 1B, and then I want to make a video about that vehicle. So either way, I'm going to end it right here. It's a great tank. If you're playing ranked, tell me, what kind of vehicle are you playing? Are you interested in the Leopard 1? Do you like to play it? Do you play it in ranked? What do you think about the Leopard 1 in ranked? Because I really enjoy this tank. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, have a good one.